looking for fun, looking for joy. How do you do that? What I find with a lot of partners that I've worked with is that they have never actually gone into this realm for themselves. So partners seem to be overachievers and focusing on others a lot of the time. And so, is in the book or right here, right now, do you have how to do that? Right? It sounds so easy. Well, just find something you like, or that's, and they're like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I'll make something for the kids. So, no, it's for you. How do you help them with that?
Yeah, well, the last thing I ever want to do is make any of this sound easy because we know it's not, right? And the only reason I focus on fun so much is that I didn't for years after life blew up for me. And I got to the place I was in a support group and we it stopped being a formal support group about our husbands and whatnot, and it just became friends. And gosh, probably 6 years in, we were on a call one day and I was like, man, I just everything still feels so dark and heavy. Like my marriage has is recovered and is doing great, but life still feels dark and heavy. And everybody else felt the same way too. And I think that's part of the danger of this whole process is it is so dark and so heavy that fun is the last thing any of us think of. But it's the spark that makes life worth living. And I'll tell a quick story. This is in the book, but the way I reconnected with fun was my husband took me indoor skydiving. And the first time I got in that tunnel, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what fun is like. I forgot what it was like to have fun. And I had about a year ago, I had a dear friend who found out that her husband had betrayed her. And so I flew out, we spent the day together, and I was like, we will talk and we will process and we will cry, but we will also have fun. And so I took her to indoor skydiving and I saw her, same thing. We like laughed at these ridiculous big suits and these helmets and whatnot, but I saw her lean into the wind and her face lit up in this huge smile and she just giggled the whole time. And so she came out and she gave me the biggest hug and she said, Tammy, thank you. This gives me hope. If I can laugh, if I can smile, if I can giggle in the midst of this incredible pain, like it gives me hope that maybe, just maybe, I'll be okay. Maybe, just maybe, I will make it through this. And that's part of the power of fun. It's not a flippant thing, just go have fun. It is the hardest thing to try to figure that out when you're so deep into the darkness. But what I would say, why I fight for it, is because if you can smile in the midst of it, if you can laugh in the midst of it, it'll give you that assurance that maybe, just maybe, you're going to make it through.
I love that. That what a great way to reflect on hope and lightness through something that can be is not can be, but is really dark and devastating. So, Tammy, thank you so much for sharing your heart and your wisdom and your experience with the world. So, for anyone trying to find you or the book, can you again name the book and then where they can find it and how they can find you?
Yeah, absolutely. The book is Broken to Brave, and you can find it on Amazon. That's probably the easiest way to find it. And you can find me, you can find the book on brokentobravebook.com or me at tammygustafson.com.
Perfect. Thank you, Tammy.